If you're like me and you're in the real estate industry, you've probably seen a ton of lemons, a whole bunch of junkers in your day. Today's video is about one of the worst junkers I ever bought and how I made almost $3.5 million with it. If you're new to the channel, my name's David. I've done tens of millions of dollars of real estate. This channel is to teach people about how to transition from doing fix and flip, low margin, high volume fix and flip into high margin, ground up projects, development projects that can really build generational wealth for you and your family. Stick with me to the end on this one because you can deploy this strategy and you can do it, and if executed properly, you can make millions of dollars as well. This was years ago, pre-COVID, but I had a guy contact me. He wanted to sell his junky house. At the time, I was doing a fair amount of fix and flip as well as some new construction stuff, but I was peppering in a combination of both. He calls me up, says, hey, I think it was a guy, an investor in the game, in this same space as me, and he says, hey, I think you can actually flip this thing and make a little money. I look at it, it's a piece of junk. The house is small, it's 1,200 feet. It's on a long, skinny parcel, 1.2 acres. And the house itself had no value. Had I just put some lipstick on it, put it on the market, he wanted 120 for it. I may have gotten 160, 180 for it. But I saw something different there. I saw a different angle that most fix and flippers don't see because they don't operate in this space. I knew that this property had real potential to generate actual money because it was in an area that had almost no zoning. There was a tiny little municipality that had, I think you had to buy literally a $10 building permit, and then you could build anything because there was no R1, R2, commercial, etc. It was just build what you want. Give us $10 and go nuts. So tied up the land, gave him, I think, $7,500 of earnest money to sit on it for 120 days. And while he was sitting on it, I met with the city. I realized that there was a utility problem. We needed to beef up some of the main utility lines. That was a big expense. But for what I wanted to do, it was de minimis because the plan was to build 20 townhome units. They had enough area here for a 20-foot wide unit to fit 20 of them in this stretch of property. So after I knew the city was going to let me do what I wanted to do, I met with the utility department. They told me how we needed to upgrade the lines. We had to upgrade the main water lines coming off the road. We had to upgrade the sewer lines coming off the road. But that expense didn't matter when it was spread over 20 different units. It was about $100,000 just for those two improvements. But again, you spread that over 20 units, it's not a bunch of money. So we did our infrastructure, or we did our engineering. We laid it out. I closed on the property. And then in a period of 14 months, we built 20 townhomes. We did buildings of 5, and we built 5 of them. And as we were selling them out, the bank released more money to start the next one. And we just worked our way right down the road, starting at the entrance, working to the back of the property. Now, in hindsight, probably would have been better to start from the other way, but those logistical things are minimal. You can deal with any logistics. The point of this video is to talk about how, with a very small amount of money and a very small amount of sweat equity, I paid for the $1 million construction loan that the bank gave me. They gave me an acquisition and construction loan. They just wanted 20% of the land cost. I bought the land for 120. I think it was $26,000 with closing cost to tie this up. So for $26,000 plus $10,000 in engineering, so let's say $36,000, we built $3.4 million worth of townhomes, and we did it in just over a year. As we sold 3 of them, the bank would release the money to start the next building, and just boom, boom, boom. We just worked our way right down the road. You could do the same thing. You got to find the parcel, you got to find a property and see the value in the property outside of just what to do with the house sitting there. One of those strategies that I love to employ is to buy a house because you put a tenant in the house, and while that tenant is in the house, you can start building on the other portion of the property. And if you have somebody in there living in the home, you can work your way down and then tear the home down last. You do a month-to-month lease with the tenant. We've done it over and over again. Month-to-month lease with the tenant, you work up to them, then you kick them out, you tear the house down, and then you build on that last parcel or that last lot. And the beautiful thing about having a tenant in there is they can pay a small portion of your land cost, your mortgage on your land cost. Again, the example I just gave you, $36,000 total of my money out of my pocket, built 3.4 and change $1 million worth of townhome units. And it's not about looking at the property and seeing what value is in the home. It's about seeing the entire process or the entire potential for highest and best use. If you're in an area where you can buy stuff like right in the outskirts of a nice city or in a more rural area, I mean, this strategy is especially valuable if you are in a rural area. Buy a piece of property, has a home on it, put a tenant in it, get something entitled, kick them out, and then build the units. But you find a bank that only wants you to kick in on the land. So find a bank that'll give you, let's call it 80% LTV, so 80% of the land cost, Find a parcel that you can get for a reasonable cost, but the bank needs to give you 100% of construction. So if you buy a $100,000 lot, you're in it for 20 grand. If you buy a $200,000 lot, you're in it for 40 grand. But for 40 grand, if they give you 100% of construction, you can build millions of dollars. And with money that you can put on a credit card, or you can easily get from a private lender, because a private lender will give you money to buy land. If you've done this, comment below. Let me know where you have implemented a strategy to see the value in a parcel outside of just the home itself, to look at a place with a new set of eyes. Let me know if you've done that. Comment below. See you on the next one.